Hello and welcome to Alma News 24. This is Dhanya Reddy. Today, we remember one of the darkest days in India's recent history, the Pulwama attack which took place on February 14, 2019. It was on this fateful day that the nation lost 40 brave soldiers of the CRPF, that is Central Reserve Police Force, in a horrific terrorist attack that shook the entire country to its core. This was not just an attack on our security forces, it was an attack on the sovereignty, integrity and the unity of India. The attack occurred on the Jammu-Srinagar highway in Pulwama, where a suicide bomber driving an explosive-laden vehicle crashed into a convoy carrying over 2,500 CRPF personnel. The impact of the explosion was so severe that it reduced the buses to debris, leaving behind a scene of devastation and grief. The terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed, based in Pakistan, soon claimed the responsibility for this cowardly act, once again exposing the deep-rooted menace of cross-border terrorism, an issue that India has been battling for decades. The attack led to an outpouring of grief across the country. Families of the martyrs were devastated and millions of Indians mourned the loss of their brave sons. From the highest officers of the government to the common citizens on the street, there was a collective sense of sorrow and a strong resolve to bring the perpetrators to justice. India did not remain silent. In the days that followed, the Indian government took a decisive action. Diplomatic efforts were launched to isolate Pakistan internationally, with strong countries' condemnation from around the world. Within days, India also withdrew Pakistan's most favored nation trade status and imposed economic sanctions. But the most effective response came on February 26, 2019, when the Indian Air Force carried out the Balakot strikes. Indian fighter jets crossed the LOC, that is the line of control, and struck Jaish-e-Mohammed training camps deep inside Pakistan. This marked a historic moment in India's fight against terrorism. The Indian forces sent a clear message that terrorism would not be tolerated and that those who attack India would face severe consequences. The Pulwama attack not only exposed the threat of terrorism but also united India like never before. The sacrifice of our soldiers strengthened the nation's resolve to fight terrorism with greater force. People across the country came together to support the families of the martyrs. Donations poured in, tributes were paid, and millions of Indians pledged to never forget the supreme sacrifice of our soldiers. At the same time, security measures in Jammu and Kashmir were further tightened, and India continued its crackdown on terror networks operating within its borders. The attack also played a crucial role in the revocation of Article 370 in August 2019, a historic step that aimed to integrate Jammu and Kashmir more firmly with the rest of India and curb the influence of extremist groups. Today, we honor the courage and sacrifice of our CRPF soldiers who laid down their lives for the nation. Their bravery and dedication remind us of the selfless service of our armed forces who protect us every day, often at the cost of their own lives. It is our responsibility to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. As citizens, we must remain vigilant, support our security forces, and stand united against those who try to divide us. We must continue to fight against terrorism in all its forms and work towards a future where peace prevails over violence. The Pulwama attack was a tragic event, but it also strengthened the spirit of unity, resilience, and patriotism in India. As we remember this day, let us pledge to never forget the sacrifice of our heroes and to always stand strong against terrorism. Let us work together to build a safer, stronger, and more peaceful India. May the souls of our brave martyrs rest in peace. May their courage continue to inspire us. For more such updates, keep watching Alma News 24. Thank you.